And for 6 months after I left Head East, I went on a binge. I mean, I thought I drank and coked up before. Oh man, I went on a 6 month binge that just about destroyed my life. In fact, at the end of it, I almost committed suicide because it seemed like the best thing for me. But as fate will have it, and I don't believe in fate, but my wife got saved. She became a Christian. And during that 6 month period, I didn't want to hear about that. I didn't want to hear about Christ. That's for old people. I don't want that kind of stuff. But at that time period, when you're sitting there thinking, okay, how are you going to end your life? And your wife comes, taps you on the back and says, remember, you promised you'd come and talk to my pastor. And I said, when? Last night when you were drunk. So I did. I went and talked to the pastor with no intention of changing my way. I figured that I went for her to remember that I tried. I knew how I was going to end my life, and walked out of there a Christian. Changed my world. And I've never been same since. Did I get in music then? No, actually, I dropped out of music totally because I knew that the temptations were just too easy. You go into the music world, the secular music world is just too easy, just too much. It's not a world of God. It really isn't, or at least it wasn't for me. So I had to leave it, and for 5 years, man, I was out of it. I was totally out of music. I was changed my life, became the engineer that I told the professors I never would be. Worked in Utah, developing an oil shale mine. Became assistant project engineer. It was quite a thrill. I mean, it's quite a ride for 5 years. And one day I sat down and said, this must be the American dream. I've got a great church I'm going to. My kids are going to Christian school. I've got my first home, a great job. This must be it. And all of a sudden I felt like God said, nope, this isn't it. Don't be content. Make a long story short, 6 months later, I'm singing with Petra in Australia. And that was the beginning of an amazing 20 years. And I've seen the whole world through Petra. And through, if anyone doesn't know who Petra is a Christian rock band who really for the last 20 years have been a cutting edge thing, which was exactly where I wanted to be. Very rock, but with a very positive message about Jesus Christ. And that's the way I've lived. And I love it. It's been an amazing tale since. Even that past was used for my future because I learned so much in the Head East days. I mean, the guys in the band would demand this and demand that. Said, John, you got to be our lead singer, and lead singers should do this, and they should get up there and be bold and be. They were right, and I learned, and I became that way, and it's exactly what the number one Christian rock band in the world needed. They needed that front man who took control. So as far as I was concerned, God used those 7 years of learning in Head East, 5 years of getting into the Word, of being a Christian. That's another thing. I did not get back on the road right off after becoming a Christian. If I had, I'd have been eaten up. Because being part of a Christian rock band is very demanding. And you have to really believe in what you're talking about, singing about, and standing for, or you just get eaten up in a heartbeat. God's an amazing God. And, I'm not here to preach, but I'll tell you what, if you're hunting, if you're searching, if you're hungry, go my direction. Find Christ. Find a Christian. Say, what's this all about? Because it makes a difference.